Okay, so this is going to be really good information for brand new coaches and maybe even more seasoned coaches, but I'm just going to show you guys how I started to learn more about what we had to offer, because what typically happens and what happened with myself was I joined Beachbody like not knowing anything, and I even purchased a program like I didn't even know what it was until I got it. So I didn't have any experience with our products that I knew of at the time, and then I later found out I was doing a workout program at the gym and stuff like that, but I didn't really know a lot about our products until I started to go and like look at things myself. And so that's what I really encourage coaches to do, is to really treat yourself as a customer and go through the website and start looking at things one by one, and then using Google and watching videos of things. Like what I mean videos is like, say if you've never done country heat, I go to YouTube and I type in country heat. And then I get to see kind of like a small clip or infomercial video of country heat. And so that's a good way of, trying to figure out if somebody's asking me about a program I've never heard about. And especially right now, I'm getting a lot of questions about Ultimate Reset. And I've never personally done Ultimate Reset, but the great thing is that a lot of coaches on our team have. And my coach is currently doing it, Brooke. And then my husband's sister is a coach, and she's done it like 2 or 3 times. So using other coaches as references too, but also knowing, like, I know what all you get in the Ultimate Reset. I know that you can't eat, you don't eat meat, you don't eat dairy, you're not supposed to have caffeine, you're going to be taking supplements. The food is pretty specific, but I've never done it. And I've learned that just by reading. When I go and I Google Ultimate Reset, and reading about it and listening to videos, and then asking other coaches that have done it too. So even if you haven't done something, and this week alone, I've sold 3 Ultimate Resets, and I've never done it before. And that's the beauty of, like, people follow my coach too. And so Brooke's doing the Ultimate Reset right now, and people see her doing it and they're like, oh, Danielle, have you ever done the Ultimate Reset? And I'm like, actually, I haven't. And I kind of go into explaining, like, I can't do it while I'm nursing, for one thing. But for another thing, I love working out, and I'm not willing yet to give up 21 days of not working out. So, and that's another thing with the Ultimate Reset. You can't work out besides yoga or things that are low impact. So my point is that, you can still talk about products that you've never personally done if you educate yourself about them first. You can still be informative. You can still help people. And I was very honest. I had somebody message me this week asking me a question about caffeine. And I said, you know what? I don't know the answer, but let me ask another coach that's done it, and I'll find out if you can have caffeine or not. So I'm not like trying to pretend like I know it all, or I'm not trying to act like I have done it before. I let them know I haven't. And I even let them know my reasons why. So I'm pretty honest about that. Nursing, of course, but I also said that, I love to work out. I don't want to give up working out and doing high intensity workouts or give up meat for 21 days. So I'm pretty honest, and people still buy the product because they're looking to get past a plateau. And I haven't hit a plateau, but I know several other coaches that did and got great results with that program. Okay. So let me share my screen here. Maybe, hang on. I'm gonna mute you guys too, just for recording purposes. Mute all. Okay, so let me pull up the Beachbody site, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I did to learn. We're gonna talk about the products too, but I'm just gonna show you what how I learned things. All right, so here is the Beachbody website. And what I did is I'm signed in right now. I signed out. So I'm going to sign out of it. And why do you sign out? Because they will not show you challenge packs if you're still signed in as a coach. And so I don't know how many coaches said, I want to go look at the challenge packs because somebody's asking me a question, but I can't find where the challenge packs are. And I mean, first of all, you can go to the coach FAQs, you can type in challenge packs and it'll show you there, but I'm a visual person. I think a lot of people are visual people, and I think you like to go on the website and see the picture and then see the description, and that's how I learn. So what I would do is I would sign out, and then I would be able to go over here and you can go to shop, and you can go to shop all products. And when you go to shop all products, it's going to show you everything, including challenge packs. Okay, if you were signed in as a coach, you wouldn't get this option right here for challenge packs. Okay, so challenge packs is the thing that I'd probably start with, just because it's nice to know what all our packages are and what they have to offer, and to also know which ones come with the containers and which ones do not come with the containers. Now, if you have our new coach help guide, the very top link talks about how to talk to people about challenge groups. And when you click on that, it also gives you at the very top, it tells you which ones come with the containers and which ones don't. So it's there too. But again, I'm a visual person. I like to see the pictures. So I just went down and I would go down through here and I would scroll and I would look and see which ones would come with the containers. And which ones would not come with the containers. So I can tell you guys specifically what challenge packs come with the containers. And that's going to be the annual all access comes with the fixed portion eating plan and containers. And you even get a bonus like big giant blue container too, which is cool because you don't normally get that. Quarter Force comes with the containers. All of Autumn's programs, so her 21-day fix, her 21-day fix extreme, her country heat, her hammer and chisel, all of those come with the containers. Now, all of the programs that were produced after 21-day fix, which 21-day fix came out in March of 2014. It came out that March right before I joined. All of those follow the eating plan. So if we scroll down here, and then some of them come with the kickstart. So 21-day fix comes with a kickstart. And if you scroll up, you'll be able to see country. We'll see, is that country? Yeah, country heat comes with a kickstart. So not all the programs come with the kickstart. Kickstart is a 3-day refresh. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so for example, PIO. PIO is one of them that follows it does not follow the container system. Okay, it does not come with containers. It does not follow the container system. And then 22-minute hardcore is one that, oh wow, are they giving it with containers now? Actually, this used to not come with containers, but I see it in the picture. So it is coming with containers now. See, I learned something new too. And they're always changing things. That's why I like to look at the website. And then you'll notice some of them even come with the performance line. So 22-minute hardcore, you can get with the performance line. Hammer and chisel, I know you can get with the performance line, and quarter force. You guys may notice that when you go onto Coach Mobile, it only gives you the option with Shakeology. And so I had somebody actually message me this week and say, okay, somebody wants to do a challenge pack, but they want the performance stack, which is recover and energize is what you can't opt it out. You can't opt out for something else. It's recover and energize is what comes in the challenge pack. And it only comes with certain programs, and you can't use Coach Mobile to send somebody the link. So what I typically do is I ask them for their email if they're not an existing customer. I check it in Coach Mobile to see if they have an existing Beachbody account. If I check it and it lets me keep going, then I know that they don't have an existing account. And I'll go to BB Links, the app, and I'll go into that app and I'll send them a link for whatever package they want that comes with the performance stack. And that's how they'll order instead of going through the Coach Mobile. Okay, so I'm not going to scroll through all of these, but this is how you guys access it. This is how you can sit and look at things, is to just make sure that you're logged out, okay? So let me scroll back up to the top. So I'm going to show you guys something else. So you can also go to challenge packs underneath the Beachbody challenge. And here's the cool thing is that maybe I don't know how many times on the team page, and I think this is a great question because I always like to hear other coaches' input, but you can also go here and say you're wanting more beginner type programs. Well, it's going to highlight your beginner programs, okay? So here's all your ones that Beachbody is going to consider beginner programs. Maybe you want just intermediate, and you can even say you want intermediate and you want dance. So it's going to show you what's going to be kind of an intermediate dance. And so this is really nice and handy to have. And you can even select up to 3 programs. So if you select, say you select Core to Force and Country Heat and 22-minute hardcore, you can click compare. And then it's going to give you this little comparison. So you can, again, it's a nice little visual and you can visually see what's the differences. Okay, this is intermediate or advanced. This is beginner. This is another intermediate one. And so you can actually go through and compare programs, and you get another visual to see, okay, containers come with Core to Force, containers come with Country Heat, containers come with 22-minute hardcore. And then, let me see. There was somewhere that I wanted to show. Okay, down here, Shakeology Challenge Packs plus 3-day refresh. So this is all the ones that come with a Kickstart. It's already categorized for you guys. So you can see all the programs that you can get with a 3-day refresh, because again, I don't know why, but they don't come with every single program, but it'll show you right here. Which ones come with the performance stack? So again, the performance stack is going to be Energize and Recover. So it shows you right down here what programs you can get with the performance stack. So it's just super handy, because I don't know how many coaches, especially when you're new, you're like, okay, what comes with the containers? What comes with the 3-day refresh? Why can't I get the performance stack or packs with the other programs, and what programs do it come with? So this is really handy. And it's right here on our teambeachbody.com. It's in our Beachbody Challenge and under Challenge Packs. And then again, if you're even more visual, you can just go to Shop All Products and sit and look at them one by one. All right, so I'm gonna go back to Shop All Products again. So we got our challenge packs. Then you got just your fitness programs, then you got your Shakeology. And then, Shakeology is a new coach. If you're wondering what choices you're gonna have, come over here and look at the select button, see what all you can get. There's the Barista, which is chocolate, vanilla, and cafe latte. There's the Napoleon, which is chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, cafe latte. So it just kind of tells you all the combinations that you can get. And there's also there's also combo packs that they'll do 2 flavors together, but they won't do all 2 flavors together. So again, I just come over here and I look and see, and you guys can visually see that on your Coach Mobile too. All right, Shakeology Boost. This is one that a lot of people get the Focus Energy confused with Energize. I've noticed that lately in our challenge groups. The one that we have going on specifically right now, we had a discussion about somebody was really wanting something to boost them before a workout, but they were taking Focus Energy and putting it in their shake. And that's more for more clarity through your day, more focus, and it does make you feel more, I guess, peppy, would you say? Mm-hmm. But it's not going to give you that boost that makes you want to go crush your workout, makes you ramped up, not jittery, because I don't think it makes me feel jittery. Everybody reacts differently though, but majority of people that use it and I've talked to, they don't feel jittery. But Energize is what you're going to want if somebody says, well, I get home and I'm just so tired, I don't want to work out. That was me when I was working full-time hygiene, and I was coming home from a 9-hour day, going in at 6:30 in the morning, and then trying to do my workout after work. I needed Energize. That would be the difference. Focus Energy is more for energy that they want maybe throughout the day.
It's more like having a little green tea. It has, green tea extract in it, guarana in it. So it's just a little bit, if you're not one to drink, if you're not a coffee drinker, if you're not a green tea drinker, but you want to add something just to give you a little bit of something through the day.
Yeah. That's a good way to describe it. Kind of like your coffee, because your coffee in the morning, to me, when I have coffee, I don't want to go work out afterwards. I just feel like I would rather have Energize. It gives, I feel awake, aware, and focused, and focused energy. Hello, that's kind of tells you.
Yeah, and I like the way that it gives a little different taste to it. I can't even describe it, but I do like the taste of it.
Pick up. And when it comes to the taste in the shake, it's definitely going to be different for person to person. Because me personally, I didn't care for the taste in my shake, but Chris liked it. Multiple other coaches have liked it. So, everybody's taste bud's different. It's just like I may like cafe latte, somebody may hate cafe latte. So, everybody's going to be a little different on that. Digestive health. So Shakeology does help you with digestion. Darren and Arlene did a really good job of really explaining these boosts. And if you guys go to the podcast, you will find one for our boost that Darren and Arlene did. And basically they were just kind of asking, like, why do we need to put this extra stuff into our shake when it already has it? Well, Shakeology is for the average person. So maybe you're somebody that needs a little bit more fiber into your drink, a little more help with your digestive system than others. So that would be when you go in and you add the digestive health. Everybody's going to be different. Shakeology is made, again, for that generalized person. And you can go in and add the digestive health if you're still having more, digestive problems. And then we got the Power Greens, and the Power Greens is really going to be for those people who aren't getting in their daily nutrition, their daily greens, especially people who are not following the portions.
Or just not vegetable. Some people just, have a hard time getting in all their containers. You're following the fix or something, but you're just not getting in all your green containers. This could be a really good suggestion for those people to get those extra nutrients in.
Yeah. But I still push for the whole foods.
For sure.
But if they just can't make it happen, or they're missing it here, missing it there, then I'm definitely going to suggest them to get the Power Greens.
And these boosts are all great, but they're not always something that you're going to, if you buy them, you're going to use them every day, but they're nice to have around for when you're feeling those extra needs.
All right, I'm going to click, I think most of the team has done the 3-day refresh. The 3-day refresh, guys, it comes in 2 kits. So you can get a complete kit, which includes Shakeology. That one's going to be a little more pricier because it includes 3 packets of Shakeology in it. Or you can get the one that comes without Shakeology, which is going to be about $10 cheaper. So you may think, well, why did they do that? Well, if somebody's already on 30 days of Shakeology, there's no reason for them to get the kit that has Shakeology in it, unless they want to go, like the program suggests that you do vegan during this 3-day detox. So I have had people go ahead and purchase the full kit because they wanted to try a vegan flavor, or maybe they just wanted to try a different flavor than what they already had. So I think the 3-day refresh is an absolute must for any coach and every coach to do, because it is a huge, seller for us as coaches. People are always wanting to try a detox before a vacation, after a holiday. I had a lot of people do the 3-day refresh right after Christmas, or right before, or right around New Year's time. And so I think that you should experience it yourself first. And it's only 3 days. So the ultimate reset, I also have people say, well, what's the difference between ultimate reset and 3-day refresh? Because they're both detoxes. 3-day refresh has you eating a limited amount of food. You're still eating solids, but it's a limited amount of foods. And you're taking a fiber drink, you're taking vanilla refresh, which is a protein drink, twice a day, and then you're having Shakeology. So it's only over a 3-day period. The ultimate reset's 21 days. You're eating food. You're actually eating quite a bit of food, and it's very specific on the food that they want you to have. And you're also taking along with it the supplements, which, again, I haven't done it, so I'm not super familiar with the supplements just yet. But I do know that you're taking quite a few supplements during that detox. And, with the 3-day refresh, they suggest not working out. Because your calorie intake's about 900 calories a day. So it's pretty low. That's why I couldn't do the 3-day refresh after Christmas this year, because I'm nursing. And nursing, I have to add in additional 500, so that just wouldn't have been feasible. So I often have nursing moms ask, okay, can I do the detox? It is not going to be suggested for them to do the detox. I have seen other coaches do the detox. I would not tell anybody that is pregnant or nursing to do the 3-day refresh. The calorie deficit's too low. And plus, if you're nursing, the detox, the toxins that are releasing out of your body can also release into the milk. So those are just, I have a lot of people ask me, since I'm nursing.
But I really do think as coaches, it's a good thing to do yourself every so often. I mean, I know several coaches that are friends of mine that do it quarterly, and they run little quick 3-day, 5-day groups, little prep week, and it's just a good thing to do to kickstart, to get some people interested. It's just a good segue into a lot of different things as far as getting people on board with what we're doing.
And there's so many coaches I think are scared to offer with the all access the full package because we're kind of tricked for that $199, like, ooh, $199, that's not too bad. It didn't hit that 200 mark yet. But when we say $239, which I think it's $239, then, they feel like that's just too much. I don't want to offer it. So they offer, it's always good to start big and then go small. So the great thing is if you guys are using the video I created, I don't even have to really add it into the text when I'm messaging people about it. They'll watch the video. And then I just had somebody this week message me back, and I was totally unexpected that she would want to do the 3-day refresh because we've been talking about doing a program for a year now. And, it was kind of excuse after excuse. And then I sent her information and I sent her the video, and I even kind of got my own way. I wasn't going to try and, get her to do the 3-day refresh, but it's already in the video. I already talked about it. And so she messaged me back and said, oh, I want to do the full package. I want to get the 3-day refresh too. I was like, okay. So, if never underestimate people ever, 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 ever. Sometimes you may think that you want to prejudge and you want to think, well, they don't have the money to do it. And you'll be really surprised that people that I thought would have bought a full package or invested into this didn't, but people that I thought didn't really have the money to do something like this did. So it really has a lot to do with how much do you want to change? How unhappy are you? What are you ready to do with your life? And sometimes, I think a lot of times as a team we're out here, coaches talk about the price objection. But really, if somebody really wants to change, I've seen a lot of people that didn't have a whole lot of money make that investment in themselves because they were that unhappy. So always keep that in mind, not to prejudge anybody. All right, so let's talk about the performance line. Chris and I love the performance line, and we should really be proud of the performance line, and we should all really educate ourselves on the performance line because it's top notch, guys. There is a national wake-up call with the creator of the performance line, which I don't recall his name. He's a Harvard doctor. I don't know. But if you guys go back through our national wake-up calls and look for the recording, which I can even post it on the team page. Let me write it. I know really quick. But it's a really good call because it educated me. Like, he sat and he was talking about how what you'll find on the shelves at like GNC are things that are not regulated that much. They're not tested. They don't go through a lot of testing, and it's really scary because they can still put it out on the shelf even though it's had limited testing and limited regulations that is put on those products. And a lot of things in supplements are pretty damaging to our health, and so many people don't read the back of the label. So we were even watching Hungry for a Change, and the girl was looking at her shake that she had bought, which had all kinds of chemicals in it, but yet it was a weight loss shake. And it's like, so many people don't look at that, and that's always my goal in my post, is to educate people about this.
Yeah, the second ingredient was sugar. And a lot of this stuff, I have a lot of experience with buying from GNC, in my early 20s and 30s for that matter. And I mean, when we really took the time to look at some of these things, the creatine, the protein that I was spending, I'd buy protein for $20. It'd be a big tub. It'd last me a month. But then when we really started looking at the ingredients of it, I know why it was $20 now. And when we started with Shakeology and everything else, even the performance line, we really examined every single product. And, I'm a big believer in the performance line. I love it. I use Energize, Recover, almost daily, Recharge, when I'm, oh, you're going to go through.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
So one thing I want to touch on is that I think the thing that makes myself and the other leaders that are doing really well with getting people started on fitness programs and Shakeology and performance line is the knowledge. And I think if you know how to educate somebody and you know how to create a post that is very genuine and sharing, and that's what Chris and I try to do, because like Chris said, you know, he used to buy from GNC and he spent $20 and that was cool. And okay, I got some protein or I got creatine or whatever he had. But what he didn't know is what he was using was damaging his health because he wasn't knowledgeable about it. Now think about if back in the day in his 20s, he was scrolling Facebook and came across a friend's post that talked about ingredients and pointing out the things you should be looking for, or talking about how their product is clean and it doesn't have this, that, or that in it. You know, those are the things that touch home to me. You know, working in healthcare, being a very science-based education that I was raised on through college, these are the things that really hit home and that are going to win me over. So I'm a very hard-headed, very opinionated person, and you're going to have to prove to me that what you have to offer is better. So I think that's what we can do if we educate ourselves on what we have to offer. So the performance line is NSF certified, which means that it went through a great deal of research and testing in order to get that certification. And if you guys listen to the National Wake Up Call, he explains that. Otherwise, other products are not regulated, not tested all that much out there, and it takes a lot of time to get that NSF certification. Because we have that certification, you can use us in the NFL, other professional sports, and we are Ironman. We are the supplement of Ironman. So we're partnered up with them, and you know, that just kind of shows you guys what type of quality we have to offer in our products. Okay, as far as like the performance line goes. So Energize is going to be, like I said, it's going to be something you use right before your workout to give you that nice boost. Energize, guys. Read the label on Energize, because if you're under 160 pounds, you use 1 scoop. If you're over 160 pounds, you use 2 scoops. Chris and I did not read the label carefully at first, and he was using 1 scoop, and he's like, I think I might go back to my E&E, which was Beachbody's old version of a pre-workout, which was good, but it was not as clean as Energize by any means. And I'm like, no, we're staying on Energize. This is super clean. This is what we're going to use. And we got to look into the label closer and realized he had to use 2 scoops because of his weight. So he now uses 2 scoops. So if you have somebody that is over 160 pounds, you know, you want to make sure that they're using it correctly. Then there's the sampler pack. I buy the sampler packs and give these out in our challenge groups all the time. Why? Well, for one thing, it gives, you know, I can purchase them under Chris's account, my stepdad's account, who I normally purchase them under because I have him signed up in my organization. It gives him volume, but it's also really great challenge group prizes that it ends up getting people hooked on Energize and loving it, and they end up ordering it. So I always love giving that out for a prize. And then, Chris, if you want to talk on the rest of them, please.
Yeah.
So I only use Energize just because I'm nursing right now. I'm sure I could probably go and get some of these approved, but Energize is kind of like my go-to, where Chris pretty much uses the whole entire line.
You know, the Recover, I'm a huge fan of, and especially the new orange flavor. You know, it's amazing. You're getting the correct and the right amount of protein, you know, post-workout. It's a post-workout protein. And it's only about 20 grams of protein, but you're getting that, and you're getting the BCAAs that really help with, you know, soreness and recovery. The Recharge is your nightly, and I really, really love it. It has tart cherry in it. Again, about 20 grams of protein, your BCAAs, and it's meant to be taken within about 30 minutes of going to bed, because that tart cherry really does help to calm you and help you relax and sleep. The creatine, again, if you're a creatine user, creatine helps to pack on muscle and increase strength. There's lots of studies on that. And then there is the
Hydrate.
And
they have samplers in Hydrate too.
And Hydrate is really like, you know, if I go on a long bike ride, or I'm doing something really, really strenuous, think Gatorade, but without all the crap and chemicals. This is really just to replenish electrolytes and to help keep you going throughout those long, hard workouts?
So hydrate would be really good, like for marathon runners, mini run, anybody doing running, anybody doing sports conditioning.
Bike rides,
yeah, really you could really touch on kids, teenagers in sports who hate it, but they do have Gatorade is their what they have on the field. And I know that I've been talking to a mom that really wants to replace with the performance line and using Shakeology a lot of what the kids are having, because her kid is on a soccer team and he's just beat every day. So you could really touch base with people that are in sports too, or their kids are in sports. All right, I think that's it for the performance. Oh, this is really cool. This is something else I really love to give out in a challenge group is the Beachbody Performance Sampler. And even you as a coach, if you want to try all of them, there's all of them in the sampler. It's super cheap, $19.95, plus us as coaches get 25% off. And then you can get the performance stack. And I think in this stack, it only gives you chocolate and recover. Mm-hmm. Chocolate. Okay, so the stack is still.
The stack is really good, as well. I mean, I tend to use those every day.
I'm trying to see what else. And then the performance line is something that you can get on HD too, on Home Direct. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Can you think of anything? And to tell you guys the truth, Derm exclusive, I don't have any experience with it. I can't really help on that one. That's our skincare line that we do have. I don't have any experience with it. I pretty much use soap and water. That's why I don't sell skincare, because I love fitness. Okay, so yeah, let me stop sharing my screen. Do you guys have any questions? We got 2 people left on here. Where did everybody go? They disappeared. You guys can unmute yourself. Do y'all have any questions, like, as far as like programs really what I did as a new coach is I just sat and I just went through the website and I looked at things and I read and I watched YouTube videos and I would watch other coaches do things. I mean, there's still programs I haven't tried yet. The great thing is that most of us have all access. We can literally try every program if we wanted.
That's the big game changer, is all access. I mean, challenges you're doing something new, every day.
Yeah, like, I won't lie, Asylum, when did we buy that?
Almost like 2.5 years ago.
Asylum we bought when we first started being coaches, and I was like, I wasn't there yet. I wasn't ready to do something like that. And he bought it, and he did it a couple times, and he was like, well, that's kind of hard. The workouts are kind of long. So we really kind of tucked it away. And then in the challenge group, I had one of the coaches, Martha. She was doing the Quarter-Force hybrid calendar, and she posted about Asylum one day, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. She made it sound fun. And I mean, again, think about like her just describing it made it sound fun to me. So that just tells you guys like what it does for our customers too, or for our followers. When we're talking about what we're doing and making it sound fun, then it makes us want to do it. So I went and I did the workout. I loved it. And then I thought, I'm going to do another one. And I loved it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the whole program. And we've owned it for years, but never did it. So, and I love it. It's now it's probably my favorite, even though the workouts are a little bit longer.
Wow. Yeah. This is a lot. Even more than Max 30?
Yeah, Max 30's. I love Max 30, but he's go, 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 go. He's not like that in Asylum. And Courtney, I know you do Max 30, but in Asylum, he gives you breaks. Okay. Which when the workout's like 40 minutes to 60 minutes. Okay. Sorry, I have you muted. Let me see how to manage. Oh, okay. What'd you say?
Oh, I was just saying, I was asking how long it is, but you answered, so 40 to 60 minutes.
Yeah, and that includes, he does anywhere from a 5 to 10 minute warm up, and then he does 3 minutes of stretching, and then the actual workout itself is really probably 30 minutes. Yeah, and then he does a 3 minute cool down.
Is it 7 day, 6 day, or like how many?
He has one rest day built in, and he has one relief. And truthfully, I skip the relief. I'll either take a rest day or I'll lift weights. I'm trying to get it done before I go to Vegas, so I've just been skipping the relief and going to the next workout because the relief is just a recovery workout doing 20 minutes of stretches. So I'm a bad coach that doesn't like to stretch.
I know, that's why I did that post today, because I've been so bad about it.
I know, I don't like
I don't get how Jericho, like, literally watching her in quarter force and how they, like, their kicks, like, I'm so tight.
Crazy.
Like, Jericho is insane. She, like, goes all the way to the ground, I swear, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
her kicks and her form are just amazing in that.
Yeah, their form is so
Yeah,
legit.
I'm pretty sure she probably sought out some,
Yeah.
professional.
I was watching her Instagram story, and she goes to this in LA. Isn't that where Santa Monica's where
Yeah.
Beachbody is?
They go to this boxing place, right?
Oh, yeah, they go to a boxing place, and
Yeah.
it looked like